So talking about cleaning up session data. Now what this does is it's going to allow us to remove any unwanted clips from the session. This is something you should do at the end before you send it to somebody or you clean it up for storing somewhere. Because when you're recording something, you may end up with a lot of files that you're just no longer using, especially if you're doing a lot of takes of things. So for example, if you're doing many takes, you don't want to have all that audio data just hanging out. So what you'll do is you go in here and you say, okay, I want to clean, let's say I'm deleting some of these like this. I'm going to delete this one and this one. I don't need those anymore. So I'm going to say, all right, I don't need that. I'm going to consolidate this. I'm going to consolidate this one. And when I consolidate, see how it makes a new audio file on my computer. So now I've just got these two audio files, which is much smaller than having this original one. Actually, let me undo that. And here, let's make a duplicate playlist of that real quick. So you can see what's actually happening in the background here. If I have all this, you can see it's actually all that stuff there. Yeah. But if I go back to this one here, let me just consolidate these again. Option Shift 3 to consolidate. So now I've got these two here. Now the thing is, before you do this cleanup here, you want to make sure you delete any unused playlists. So right now, I've got this playlist here that's using everything. And so it's this big long audio file, but if all I'm using on my hard drive is just the two sections right here, I don't need all this extra data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete that unused playlist. So I'm going to select my playlist I'm actually listening to and go to Delete Unused. And now I can double click this playlist, delete it, and that playlist is now gone. Then next step I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my clips and I'm going to go up here. Rezo says, if I have a clap loaded in and I put it every other half bar, will it load every time? You're talking about loading in the session data, what we were talking about before. If you're doing it in session data, yeah. If you have it in every other bar and you load in your session data, it will do that, yes. Mm-hmm. All right, so in here, this clip stuff, if I'm cleaning this up, I click on this little arrow here and I go select unused. Now what it's going to do is it's going to select anything that I'm not actually using. And in this case, it actually didn't select this one here. I don't know why. Probably because it's still like in the cache. So that's a little bit annoying. Select unused ignores parent clip. Let's turn that off because I want to get rid of that parent clip. So select unused. So now it's got everything here. So now all this stuff here is stuff I'm not using at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select, I just highlight that, I hit select unused. So it's going to select everything that I'm not using, and I go back in here and I go to clear. Now it gives me options. Remove selected clips from the session, move to trash for selected source files if possible, delete selected source files permanently from the disk. Now I don't want to delete them because I'm using them in another session, but I do want to remove them from this session. So what I do, I'm just going to hit remove. If you hit delete, it's going to ask you, are you sure? No, I'm not sure. So I'm just going to hit no on all this stuff here. And I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to do that again, clear, which is Command Shift B, which is the shortcut. I got so used to doing this, I just learned these shortcuts really well. The other shortcut is Command Shift U. And then Command Shift B removes it from the session. So I'm going to hit remove, and now it's going to say, hey, it's still used in the track or the clipboard, which just means that it's kind of in the memory of the computer. We can get it out of there by hitting yes. And now you can see all that extra stuff just got removed from my session. So now I just got these here like this. These two are still here, actually. I'm just going to remove them by hand. And so now what I'm left with is just these two vocals here. And this is, it's not going to take up as much space on my hard drive eventually. If I make a copy of this, I do save copy in, it's not going to copy over all this extra unwanted stuff. So this is just for cleaning things up. It's just a utility thing. It's just for organizing stuff and making sure you're not having like so much data that it's just bogging down your computer. If you are doing a lot of vocal takes, this is going to be very important that you do this. If you're doing a lot of like recordings of different instruments or like guitars, recording the solo a bunch of times, or recording the drums, different takes of drums, after you're done editing everything together and comping it, then you definitely want to do this, because you don't need, like I've had files that were like a gigabyte in the recording and I got it down to like 300 megabytes. So I was able to clear up 700 megabytes of data just because of doing this step right here. So delete the unused tracks, delete unused playlists, select unused clips, clear the selected clips, remove, move to trash, delete. Remove is safest, delete is the most destructive, but it also cleans everything out immediately. Select all clips, Command-Shift-A, and then compact the clips. So now, and I wouldn't really need to do that with this one because it's just these two files here, but compact, click on this one again, go to compact, which is right here. And it says, are you sure you want to do this? It gives you a whole big explanation of everything, which you can read. But basically compacting, what it's going to do is it's just going to make sure we're just using what's going on with that clip right there. In this case, like I said, I don't really need to do this because I already consolidated these, so I just have what's there. But if you had like extra stuff, you can use compact just to make sure that everything's good. It's supposed to help save data on your hard drive. I don't really use compact so much anymore because I do most of this stuff by hand. Compacting destructively removes the unused data from the clips and then creates new files, audio files. Only compact when you are sure for sure. So just be aware of compacting stuff. It is destructive. All right, cool. And that is, yeah, that's cleaning stuff up.